This is supposed to be about crime scene investigation. And of course, I've thought about this a lot of Sunday mornings in the past couple of years. This is from having teenage children in a neighborhood where there's probably 25 of these boys and girls running up and down the road and about. Parents are exhausted on Saturday night, just and from participating in activities. But you can't keep up with these children. They're running all the time. They can sleep like 2 hours a day. They're supposed to be sleeping 10 hours a day, but they're sleeping 13 seconds. They get up and they're complaining and bitching, and then they go to school. It's like little drunks, stay drunk all night long, wake up the next day, I'll never touch that shit again. About 4:20, rolling up a J and drinking a beer, Let's have some coffee. That's what the kids do. They get home and they see their friends out there. One of them go outside and crank up an ATV or ride a bicycle down the road or something, and hoo-ya waya, it's on. And then Saturday night, I don't even know what happens. I mean, I vaguely remember, being a preteen and a teen, because that's a whole array of people that you'll find here out there at night. But I don't know. I just today I walked out and, I just surveyed a couple of acres just to kind of see what was going on closest to the house. And I was just looking around, and there was like 15 individual crime scenes that I came upon. Some of them were just a hammer. Now, it may have been related to some other crime. Who knows? But it is part of a scene. It's part of a crime scene. 15 different crime scenes, at least, that I found so far. Not including trash, But in 3 different places, I found a machete. One place was a machete. One place was a hatchet. And one was a hammer that's very unique. And I'll just leave it at that. And that was in one location. Those are major weapons. This is not just, what else I found was, everybody's talking about the price of eggs. Well, I had 2 dozen. That were just, I'm talking about fresh eggs. These are ones that, are farm raised in a very clean environment. The eggs were clean. It was beautiful. And they were, scattered all over the concrete on the drive. And just broke, broken eggs everywhere. Boxes laying near there. You walk out to the barbecue grill shed, and there's like boxes that you have inside a shelf that have various barbecue related tools. There's packages opened up, the utensils taken out and strewn all over the place. You have several $100s in damage done. Time and effort. So I can imagine what it's really like. I've always tried to, for instance, with the Delphi case, this is one that I've investigated the most, and listen to other people. I listen more than I talk about it anymore anyway, because it's got to the point to where there's really not a lot I can say about it. I can speculate like everybody else. I have my theories. Mine's pretty cut and clear. I'm actually, what I do is follow law enforcement. But anyway, so I was sitting there, and I started studying that. And of course, these scenes every Sunday morning got me to thinking about just how complex and hard it must have been, when it's cold weather, it's wet, it's, there's people tromping in and out of the scene. You may have one crime scene on top of another there. You never know. It could have been 2 different things. Who knows? Could have been somebody walking up. Who knows what all went on there? And that's just like this, because we know that people don't report things. Those kids are not going to come tell me, hey, they're not going to come wake me up at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, Dad, Ben's dad, Coach Antonio, whatever the hell they call me, they're not going to come wake me up at 2 o'clock in the morning and tell me they broke something. They're going to go, well, there's a lot of people here. If I get called, I'll apologize, but I'm not going to worry about it now. Clunk, on the ground it goes, So, and that's the way people do. And then it's like, other people see it and they're like, they've done worse than that. And the other ones know they've done worse. And next thing you know, it's a conflation of insanity. It's you can't even comprehend it. It's just a mess. And I'm suspecting that's probably what it was. Pretty close to a mess. Who knows what all kind of machinery was down there. Like if there would have been an ATV there the day that it happened, you would see it. It would be there. If you just had walked up on the crime scene, get everybody out of there, it'd be all mucho bueno. But if you have people in and out and they didn't turn it in overnight and people didn't because they didn't want to get family involved and they wanted to do an investigation the next day. And so they wanted to just kind of, wait until it got daylight. And people sneak in and out there. They know the deputy watching it or whatever. And, man, they can get really crazy really quick. And people don't even mean to. And you got to admit it later, because it's a very deep thing. And it's not just a cut and dry. And there's various actors involved. Man, it's just like a Sunday morning in the neighborhood, man. It's another crime scene investigation. But really, what Dad does is what a lot of parents do. It's what a lot of cousins do. It's what a friends do. But then I cover it up. I hide it. If it's something that goes against something that I don't like, I hide it. Like, my children being bad. Ugh. And that shit happens. Does it happen like that? I bet it does happen like that. It does. I gotta go finish covering up all these messes. Be blessed.